Complete up to 3 years of college for under $4,000 per year. Visit getunbound.org/cow to see if you qualify.
Blimey Cow presents You Might Be a Homeschooler If... I've lost count at this point. You might be a homeschooler if your family uses coconut oil a lot.
You might be a homeschooler if you act as the substitute teacher for your younger siblings.
You might be a homeschooler if one of the biggest arguments your family ever got into was whether to buy a Blendtec or a Vitamix.
If you go to a private school once a week.
If you still have a regular Nintendo.
If you've ever started a business with your siblings, you might be a homeschooler.
You might be a homeschooler if when you hear someone say, I wasn't allowed to watch that show growing up, you feel an immediate bond with that person.
You might be a homeschooler if your family grew up watching musicals exclusively.
You might be a homeschooler if your coworkers apologize for swearing in front of you, even though you don't ask them to.
You might be a homeschooler if you call swearing cussing.
You might be a homeschooler if one of your daily chores is to collect eggs from the hens in your backyard.
If you own Minecraft on more than one platform.
If your family's van has ever been mistaken for a bus.
If your family owns a bus, you might be a homeschooler.
You might be a homeschooler if Harry Potter used to be off limits growing up, but now you've read all the books and your parents haven't said anything. So...
You might be a homeschooler if your biggest problem is that you only see your crush twice a week at church and at co-op.
You might be a homeschooler if this has ever happened to you. Hey, what music are you listening to?
Oh no, I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to Adventures in Odyssey.
I love Adventures in Odyssey. Wait, are you homeschooled?
You can like Adventures in Odyssey and not be homeschooled.
Right.
But yeah, I'm homeschooled.
Me too!
You might be a homeschooler if you wish that presidential debates were more like competitive debates because there would actually be some substance.
You might be a homeschooler if your family loves Sherlock but skips that one episode.
If you've ever gotten lost trying to find your mailbox.
If you're still playing Nintendo Land.
If you learned Elvish for your foreign language class, you might be a homeschooler.
You might be a homeschooler if you still don't wear deodorant after I passively aggressively suggested you might want to start doing so in our last video.
You might be a homeschooler if chores around the house count as home ec.
You might be a homeschooler if you carry a water bottle everywhere you go, even to your own mailbox.
You might be a homeschooler if you're still trying to convince your friends to buy a Wii U. Seriously, that system is awesome!
If you've ever done schoolwork on vacation.
If the only channels you were allowed to watch growing up were PBS and TV Land.
If you started watching this series when you were in high school and now you're in college, you were homeschooled. And you still are in heart. You always will be. I can't believe they only let me say one. Give me a minute to think of some, and I'll tell you a few more zingers.
So last month, Lou Merritt, formerly known as College Plus, hosted an event in Maryland called the Apex Unconvention, and they invited me to be one of the speakers. I had a blast getting to talk to all the Lou Merritt students about living passionately and finding your purpose. I also had a blast getting to hang out with everyone, and it was really cool to see what a great community Lou Merritt has built. If you want to be a part of that community while earning college credits super affordably, then check out Lou Merritt Scholar Unbound. You choose the college you want to graduate from, and then Unbound helps you get the degree you want from that college for thousands of dollars less. You can complete up to 3 years of college for under $4,000 per year. But the best part of all is that you can complete classes from anywhere, while you're sitting on the couch or while you're traveling the world. So go to getunbound.org/cow to see how much you can save. They'll email you and provide a personalized consultation to help you save thousands on college. Check it out, getunbound.org/cow.
Okay, here you go. You might be a homeschooler if, big head kid style. You might be a homeschooler if the last time you went to the mall, you got lost and scared and cried. You might be a homeschooler if you saved up all of your Awana bucks to get a nice leather Bible cover that you found out was pleather. You might be a homeschooler if your family, it's an unspoken thing that you're voting for Donald Trump, but nobody actually wants to say it. You might be a homeschooler if your family all wears the exact same brands of shoes. You might be a homeschooler if you literally have a designated plot of ground in your backyard full of your dead pets. You might be a homeschooler if you weren't allowed to watch Arthur because DW was a little too disrespectful and conniving to her parents. This is gold right here.